What is Taoism? Taoism is a Chinese religion and philosophy that emphasizes living in harmony with the Tao, or the universe. Taoists believe that the Tao is the source of all things, and that it is constantly changing and evolving. They also believe that the best way to live is to go with the flow of the Tao and to avoid trying to control things that are beyond our control. Taoism has many different aspects, but some of its core beliefs include the importance of living in harmony with nature, the importance of simplicity and frugality, the importance of self-cultivation and personal development, the importance of wu-wei, or effortless action, the importance of detachment from material possessions and worldly desires. Taoism has had a profound influence on Chinese culture, and it continues to be practiced by millions of people around the world. A real-life example of Taoism in practice is the concept of wu-wei. Wu-wei means effortless action. It is the idea that we should not force things, but rather go with the flow of the Tao. For example, if you are trying to learn a new skill, you may find that you make more progress if you relax and let your body learn naturally, rather than trying to force it. Another example of wu-wei is the practice of tai chi. Tai chi is a form of exercise that combines slow, gentle movements with deep breathing. It is said to help us to connect with the Tao and to live in harmony with nature. The Tao is a Chinese philosophical concept that refers to the source of all things and the ultimate principle underlying reality. It is often described as the way, the path, or the doctrine. The Tao is often represented by the symbol of the yin and yang, which represents the duality of the universe. The Tao is said to be unknowable and ineffable, but it can be thought of as the underlying principle of the universe. It is the source of all knowledge and wisdom, and it is the key to understanding the universe and our place in it. One way to think about the Tao is as the natural order of things. It is the way things are meant to be. When we live in accordance with the Tao, we are living in harmony with nature and with ourselves. Another way to think about the Tao is as the source of all creativity. It is the source of all new ideas and all new possibilities. When we tap into the Tao, we are able to access our own creativity and to create something new and beautiful. The Tao is a vast and complex concept, but it is one that is worth exploring. By understanding the Tao, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe around us. Here are some real-life examples of the Tao: the sun rising and setting every day, the seasons changing, the birth and death of all living things, the flow of a river, the growth of a tree, the beauty of a flower, the power of a storm, the peace of a forest, the mystery of the night sky. These are just a few examples of the Tao in action. The Tao is all around us, if we only take the time to look for it. Living in harmony with nature. Taoism is a Chinese religion and philosophy that emphasizes living in harmony with nature. Taoists believe that the Tao, or the universe, is a living organism, and that we are all part of it. They also believe that the best way to live is to live in harmony with nature, by following the natural rhythms of the world around us. There are many different ways to live in harmony with nature. Some of the most common practices include consuming less. Taoists believe that we should consume less than we need, in order to reduce our impact on the environment. This can mean eating less meat, driving less, and using less energy. Appreciating nature. Taoists believe that we should appreciate the beauty of nature, and take the time to connect with the natural world. This can be done by spending time in nature, hiking, camping, or simply sitting and observing the plants and animals around us. Living simply. Taoists believe that we should live simply, and avoid unnecessary possessions. This can help us to reduce our impact on the environment, and to focus on the things that are truly important in life. Respecting the environment. Taoists believe that we should respect the environment, and avoid harming it. This can be done by recycling, composting, and reducing our use of pesticides and herbicides. There are many examples of living in harmony with nature in Hollywood movies. One example is the movie Avatar, which tells the story of a human who is sent to the planet Pandora to study the native Na'vi people. The Na'vi live in harmony with the natural world, and they teach the human the importance of respecting nature. Another example is the movie The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which tells the story of a man who dreams of adventure. In the movie, Walter Mitty travels to Greenland, Iceland, and the Himalayas, where he experiences the beauty of nature and learns to appreciate the simple things in life. These are just a few examples of living in harmony with nature in Hollywood movies. These movies can inspire us to live more sustainably and to appreciate the beauty of the natural world. Wu Wai. Wu Wai is a Taoist concept that means effortless action. It is the idea that we should not force things, but rather go with the flow of the Tao. There are many examples of Wu Wai in Hollywood movies. One example is the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which tells the story of a young woman who is trained in the art of wushu. In the movie, the young woman learns to let go of her ego and to trust in the natural flow of things. Another example is the movie The Matrix, which tells the story of a man who is trapped in a simulated reality. In the movie, the man learns to let go of his fear and to trust in his intuition. These are just a few examples of Wu Wai in Hollywood movies. These movies can inspire us to live more in the present moment and to trust in the natural flow of things. Here are some other examples of Wu Wai in Hollywood movies. In the movie The Karate Kid, Daniel learns to let go of his ego and to trust in his training, which allows him to defeat his opponent in the tournament. In the movie The Lion King, Simba learns to let go of his grief and to take his place as king, which allows him to save the Pride Lands. In the movie Frozen, Elsa learns to let go of her fear and to embrace her powers, which allows her to save her kingdom. These are just a few examples of Wu Wai in Hollywood movies. These movies can inspire us to live more in the present moment and to trust in the natural flow of things. Detachment from material possessions and worldly desires. Detachment from material possessions and worldly desires is a central tenet of Taoism. It is the idea that we should not let our possessions or our desires control us. Instead, we should focus on the things that are truly important in life, such as our relationships, our health, and our spiritual well-being. There are many examples of detachment from material possessions and worldly desires in Hollywood movies. One example is the movie The Graduate, which tells the story of a young man who is trying to find his place in the world. In the movie, the young man learns to let go of his materialistic desires and to focus on the things that are truly important in life. Another example is the movie Fight Club, which tells the story of a man who is trapped in a mundane and unsatisfying life. In the movie, the man learns to let go of his possessions and his desires, and to find true happiness in the simple things in life. These are just a few examples of detachment from material possessions and worldly desires in Hollywood movies. These movies can inspire us to live more simply and to focus on the things that are truly important in life. Here are some other examples of detachment from material possessions and worldly desires in Hollywood movies. In the movie The Princess Bride, Wesley learns to let go of his desire for revenge and to focus on his love for Buttercup. In the movie The Shawshank Redemption, Andy Dufresne learns to let go of his anger and to focus on his hope for freedom. In the movie The Truman Show, Truman Burbank learns to let go of his fabricated life and to embrace the real world. These are just a few examples of detachment from material possessions and worldly desires in Hollywood movies. These movies can inspire us to live more simply and to focus on the things that are truly important in life. Taoism is a rich and complex philosophy that has had a profound influence on Chinese culture. It is a philosophy that can help us to live more harmoniously with ourselves, with others, and with the natural world.